also had the community step up and raise. When I was a deputy here, Sheriff Page, he provided for us, what he could, and we were in pretty good shape. But back then, like, we didn't have the vests that could stop like rifle rounds and helmets. If we had a barricaded person or something, we had a little SWAT team and they had that stuff. But everybody here's got a gun, so I wanted everybody that could come in contact with the public to be protected to what they could, so we could go home to we could go home to our families.
Yeah.
So when I took office, there still wasn't rifle-rated vests here. The helmets, there wasn't. Some of the patrol rifles had issues. Not everybody had one. So that really, I guess, I took that kind of to heart to get that done one way or another. So I called a couple different people in the community and we kind of brainstormed and, was trying to get some traction to get some funds going, because, I knew it was going to add up to a pretty hefty bill just by what we were trying to get, equipment wise. And one of the deputies here, Deputy Hooper, he suggested I talk to a guy named Tom Madison, and he had helped the fire department on Persimmon raise some money. And so I said, why not? We kind of hit a wall, and I called Mr. Madison, and he's like, yeah, I'd like to tell you about this organization. I know that he sits on the board of a foundation, but he knew of this people that kind of do the vest and helmet deal. So he come in, had notebooks for everybody. I mean, he was well prepared, and he laid out what they could do for us. And I was like, he said, all you got to tell me is to do it, to get rolling. So he did. Within, I think, a month, maybe even less, he had enough raised to do the vest and helmets, and wanted to kind of even come back here. I think he had found that through the foundation somehow, the money, but he wanted to give the people that lived here an opportunity to raise it too. So It wasn't probably another month and a half. He had all the money raised here locally, and I had another guy that kind of broke off and raised the money for the patrol rifles. So within probably 6 months overall, we had almost $160,000 raised from the community. And so we got 33 kits that was your rifle rated ballistic vest, the panels to go in, and we was able to upgrade the panels, the plates, excuse me, and that come with the helmet. We had some money available, and we wanted to kind of do our part as the sheriff's office too. So we bought first aid kits, or I just went blank. The little kits the deputies could carry with them, if they were shot, somebody else was shot.
Like a triage.
Yeah, like a little kit. And then we was able to get 27 patrol rifles.
Wow.
So yeah, we went with the Colt 5.56. It was between Colt and Daniel Defense, but Daniel's good, but they really like their stuff. So, which I know we were raising money, but I was trying to be frugal with our funds too. But we let the deputies. We had a couple of deputies here, and I said these are the options. So they outfitted the rifles how they wanted them, with sights or flashlights or slings. So they were able to get involved. The vest actually came through an organization out in Colorado called Shield 616. So that's all they do. They're a nonprofit that raises money for those type of vests and helmets. And so they come out and did a big presentation for the deputies and their families and the donors, which I thought was cool. A lot of people get hit up for money, and then you may give a check and it went to something, a certain organization. But with this one, Shield, they pride themselves on getting that donors with the officers, so there could be a connection. So whatever, they actually assign the vest to a donor, and they want that relationship to kind of build. So that was the cool thing about using them, to have all the donors there, and they could try on the vest and meet the actual deputy that was going to be getting that vest.
Yeah, that's great.
So kind of, I think it probably hit home more for the person to be like, you're right with to me, you know, I donated this money that could save this deputy's life
Absolutely.
and see it, but that deputy could actually be thankful and say, hey, here's the person that provided this for me. So
Right.
it was just an awesome experience. And I think in the questionnaire, I thought, you know, I know our community was awesome and they gave, but I guess since we hadn't really called on the public, you know, to help us in that capacity, I didn't realize how awesome the community was until, you know, it impacted us here.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's a lot of money for in a short amount of time. And
that's right.
but it's awesome. And I can't thank Tom enough, and Mr. Stephen Wright helped us with the patrol rifles, get that fundraiser going, and can't thank them enough. Plus all the donors. I mean,
yeah.
And then in our community in general, because I feel we have some great support here, and I know I appreciate it, and the men and women out here that make me look good, appreciate it. I need all the help I can get. But no, and I'm thankful, you know, to these men and women on the road, investigations, courthouse personnel, the jail. Jail kind of always seems like the unsung heroes, and because you don't think about it, but with the new sheriff's office that was on the splosh, this past splosh that got passed, we'll actually be down there just right across from the jail is where they're going to build the new sheriff's office. So
yeah.
We're looking forward to that, being out of here where you can hear the gutter pipes run through a closet in there, and everything, you can hear the water coming through.
Reminds me of an old army building.
Yeah, you know, mold here in this room or that room, but you know, we've made do, and everybody's made do here, and but very excited about getting the new office, and you know, I look forward to that being built, and you know, opening that to the public before we move in,
yeah,
so they can see, you know, what the splosh dollars went to, because a lot of people don't get to see the, you know, the behind the scenes stuff. So
right,
it's pretty cool. I got to go do the tour of the, you know, Brave Stadium.
Yeah,
I've always wanted to, and we had a sheriff's conference last year before, just right across the interstate. So their security came and did a presentation. And I was like, okay, anybody wants to go check out behind the scenes of the stadium? So I was like knocking everybody down to get over there, you know, because that's just, I guess, you know, a childhood dream, you know, getting to see where the big league guys were. But it was cool. So, you know, I definitely want to let the public see, you know, what the monies went to, and hopefully they'll be proud of it, just like I know I'll be proud of it. Just we said hurry up and build it. But we'll get there.
Yeah. Well, it's good for the young people, too, to see a correctional facility just so they understand what their choices in life are.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people don't realize, you know, what that entails, and you know, I'm proud of the jail. If anybody not has it, it's going to be more difficult now to tour the jail. But you know, if there's groups out there that would like to, I'll try to figure out a way. Just because that facility, even though it's 15, 16 years old, it looks like it did on day one. You know, we took care of it. The inmates clean it, you know, daily. I mean, it looks, you can eat off the floors. I mean, it's really, I mean, it has some age just because it is 15 years old, but it's, you can't really tell it. And, you know, the staff down there does a great job, especially dealing with this virus, to keep, you know, pretty much no virus in the jail.
Right.
Not that probably ever helps. I probably need to be praying and stuff, or thanking the good Lord for that. But you know, and I'm proud of what we've been able to do at the detention center, as far as trying to make a difference here locally to maybe change one life at least that might not come back through the detention center.
Right.
And we've done that by partnering with Faith, Fight Abuse in the Home. And they've sent staff to do parenting courses with both the male and female inmates. And then I have a guy that comes in and does the Prime for Life substance abuse, I guess, program it would be called. But he comes in, Howard Dowdle, he does it up at Macon County Sheriff's Office as well. And it's a evidence-based type program, week long they go through. And then at the end we have a graduation. We just started a few classes ago, actually having it here at the courthouse, present them with their certificate and let them talk about, what they've learned from the class. But we also let them invite their family. And probably 2 or 3 classes ago, I had a guy, he told me that was the only course he'd ever finished in his life. He didn't finish school, he didn't finish nothing, but he was so proud that he hung in there and finished that course. And so just hearing stories like that makes me know I'm doing the right thing. Once they get out, that may be a different story, because I think the temptation is too great out there. But there is some awesome people in our community that have good testimonies about being able to stay clean. So anything I can do, like I said, to try to maybe keep that one from coming back through. And because it not only affects, that inmate with having that issue, but the families, suffer through those addictions. So I hope to maybe expand somehow on that in the future. I've been talking with Rick Story, who's over our our chamber, our development authority. I think he's got a few things he's kind of over, but possibly maybe starting some type of a release to a work. Maybe get a few employers here in the county that's on board with giving somebody a shot. So, because I think a lot of them, once they're released, that is a struggle to find a job since they have a record. But if we can find a few employers out there, and if you're watch this and are interested, please contact me, because I've asked him to kind of help me with that, either by coming in and maybe do some of the work ready classes in the jail to have them that work ready certification that Georgia kind of has, or just any employer here that might give somebody a chance.
Right.
That may be the chance. That may be the chance they need. So and
well, certainly a lot of people that need help as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So
a lot of irons in fire in a bunch of different ways.
Yeah, a little bit more to the sheriff's office and the department than meets the eye, so to speak. So well, I know you're a busy man, and I have a lot going on. We really appreciate you taking time to talk to the community today, and again for your service.
Yeah, and thank you for this. I think this is great because a lot of people don't get to know me, and that's probably a good thing. So maybe they'll get to know me a little more here. We do have a little, a little bio of me on our website. We do have a phone app. I wanted to definitely mention that. That's one thing that just come to me. So it's free. All you got to do is go to your Apple Store, or what is it, Google Play, I think, store.
Yeah,
whatever.
I got it from the Apple Store. Myself.
So whatever, it's free. We can't track you, so any conspiracy, conspiracy theorists out there, we can't track it. We can see that it's been downloaded by either Apple device or Android, just so we know, is it feasible to be doing? And so you can get National Weather Service alerts through it. A lot of COVID-19. I think we get so many through there. I think we cut that option off, but once you download it, you can go into your own settings and turn that back on. So it's got a lot of great information. Our inmate lookup, our sex offender registries on it. I think we put when we're hiring. It's got my bio again on it. It's got stuff about raffles. That's the thing that the sheriff is over, is if you have a raffle, there's a lot of legal boxes you got to check to be able to get that, and that license has to be signed off through me. And so I think a lot of those have popped up recently just because probably of COVID too, people trying to do fundraisers, and but there is steps you got to take to get approved to be able to do it. But then you throw it being online, and it throws another little twist to it. So we're all trying to figure out how to address some of that. But for the most part, we're But anyway, you can find out even about raffles on our website. So website, your secondary metal registries, and you'll be able to find out a lot, because I have a lot of the mandates listed of the sheriff on there. And some of them you'll scratch your head, because I do, because it was probably made way back in the old days, and you're like, why would a sheriff be in charge of this? But he is. So go check that out, and we're here for you, the people, and anything we can do to help you, or whatever, we'll be more than happy more than happy to accommodate what we can.
Yeah.
So a lot of you probably won't need our accommodations, but we're here for the community, and like I said, I appreciate the support for all of us and for me as well as the sheriff for 4 more years, and good Lord willing, in 4 more years, I hope you'll see fit to have me for 4 more. But let's get this one done first, because we're just 21 days into this next term, so
yeah.
got a while to go.
Hopefully it'll go a little faster than this last year.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you, Glenn. I enjoyed it, and we may have to do a volume 2 one day.
Yeah, maybe we will. So, thank you, Sheriff.
Yes.
If there are other businesses or organizations, to include governmental organizations, especially churches, please contact Laura and I. We'd love to do this, a community service. And so get in contact with us, and we'll be in touch to do an interview like this. Thank you again, Sheriff.
Yes.